the business is not dead yet. That means you have tried. You have tried. So I want you to put your hands together for yourself. If you have at least you've done 2 years, 3 years, 3.5 years, put your hands together for yourself. If you had been occupied a political post, you would probably be thinking about going for the second term. So thank you very much, Madam Felicia, Michaud, I can see you. Thank you very much. So you have done well. But the thing is, can we do better? And the answer is yes. Can we do better? The answer is yes, we can do better. But you'd want to go further by asking, why am I where I am today in this business? And the answer is not far-fetched if we are being honest with ourselves. The answer is not far-fetched. Many of us, the kind of enthusiasm, the kind of energy that drove us into this business, if we look at it, for some of us, it has gone down. For some of us, it is, I can't say static, but for some of us, from time to time, we are trying, but somehow there's discouragement here and there. So this evening, I just want to see how much I can encourage, how much I can share from some of the things that have, helped me in this business. I will start with this. Recently, I shared this during the Focus conference. I made a sale, and this sale for me was a big lesson. The first contact I had with this person was by giving the person a 30 meals gift, and after I did, we exchanged contacts, and the person thanked me we met at the mechanic workshop actually some years back. That is, I think, about 2020, 2021. So from there, I kept the contact. We got talking from time to time. The person would look at my status, ask about the product. I would, I kept on telling him. But about less than 2 months ago, just buzzed me that I was going to get the product by Suzo. He set a particular date. He was going to get back to me. But I didn't hear from him. I also at the same time never wanted to look desperate, but I was also keeping faith. I would just, buzz him, say hi. So to cut the long story short, after a while, he just buzzed me, requested for the account number, and made payment after giving him the product that he requested for. And for me, the moral lesson is don't give up. Don't give up. Some of those tiny gifts you have given, you can do a follow-up on those persons. Sometimes you remember, you just like, oh, let me leave it. And something happened this afternoon. I went somewhere after service, go and drop some products I was sending to Abuja. Then while I opened my boot to bring down the bag where the products were contained, somebody was passing by. I was like, do you sell this product? I know about this product. I was like, wow. From where? The person said Abuja. I was like, really? Tell me about it. He's like, use the product. How much is it? I told him, cut the long story short, we exchanged contact. He said he was going to get back to me. So the thing is, these are some of the little things that we cannot afford to take for granted. But sometimes, it's not as if we don't know them. It's not as if we don't know that our products work. It's not as if we don't know that it can help us, reach our dreams. It's not as if we don't know that it is a vehicle that can help us build passive income. But somehow, certain things are not happening. And those are some of the things I would want to, discuss this evening. So follow me closely, and I believe that at the end of this presentation, we would have, had something to learn from this discussion. So I have before me here the missing link. What is the missing link? For some of us, like I said, it's not as if the product is not working. It's not as if the testimonies are not coming. Yeah, the testimonies are coming, but something is just missing. What is that missing link? For some of us, the story is different. Maybe the zeal, the enthusiasm is not there anymore. Maybe sales has dropped. Maybe testimonies are not coming in. Maybe our expectations are not being met in one way or the other. But I want to ask us this question: why are you in this business? If we don't always form the habit of going back to our why, it will always be difficult for us to move forward in whatever it is that we do. Whatever business that we do, if we don't always put our why in our forefront, it's always going to be difficult for us moving forward. It's always going to be difficult for us, drawing momentum, and taking different steps of progress, little by little. They say little drops make an ocean. For some of us, what brought us into this dream, into this, is to travel around the world. Yes, different things have happened along the line, and maybe some of these dreams have not materialized yet. Is it that they can no longer materialize? No, they can still materialize if we always put our why. If our why is strong and convincing enough, if we can let that why be our momentum, we can always move forward. So look today, do a retrospective journey into why you joined this business. Why are you in this business? If your why is not strong enough, or if that zeal is fading away, that means your why wasn't strong enough in the first place. So go back to that why. Why did you join this business? Why? If there is need for you to paraphrase it, if there is need for you to look at it again, draw something that is big, that can always, that will make you wake in the morning and find a way to always put something up about this business, and make you always want to do something, take a little step towards adding value or making people know about what it is that you do. One of the things I've made sure I always do on a daily basis is to ensure that I put up something. I put up something about this business, consciously or unconsciously. It has become part of me that hardly does a day go by that I don't, put out something about this business. And it's not as if it is the only thing I'm doing. There are other things that I'm involved in, but I know there's something that, for me, one of the whys for joining this business was to add value to people, to put smile on people's face and make them see that that one's written off health condition has a solution. You can, when you are able to help people see that yes, what they have given up on, it's not worth giving up on in the first place. There's a weight, it makes you, it energizes you. So on a daily basis, ask yourself this question: why am I in this business? Why am I alive today? Why am I going out today? Why did God spare my life till today? There are different reasons, these are some of the things that we need to consciously, regardless of the challenges that come our way, regardless of the discouragement, regardless of downlines who are not doing well, whom you have dragged over the years, that are not, it's as if they are draining your energy. But, let it be strong enough. Let it be strong enough to travel the world, to earn passive income, to put smile on people's face, to pay school fees for some people, to give scholarship. Let that why. Ask yourself, why am I in this business? Why am I in this business? And, if you look closely, one of the things that, make us different individually, regardless of what our why is, what gives uniqueness to your why, what gives uniqueness to my why, are some of the things that I will list shortly, what we are already seeing on the screen. Number one is, they are the things that you have, and one is your personality. I'm different from Madam Olu Busola. I'm different from Dr. Fumi. I'm different from Mommy Show. I'm different from Tayo. I'm different from MI. I'm different from CM. You know, we are different from one another, and that is what makes us unique. That is what makes us unique. That is one of our strong selling points. You know, what you are looking at in another person, somebody is looking at in you. What you feel you have that does not make sense to you is what somebody is seeing that they are like, you know, somebody, for instance, who does not have a car, you know, and is walking on the roadside, does not understand the kind of freedom they have compared to somebody who is stuck up in traffic, you know, who is driving and cannot afford to leave their car where they are and just go home. It is their responsibility to get that car home, regardless of how thick and heavy that traffic is, you know. So your personality is something you should admonish, is something you should appreciate. Another thing you should appreciate about yourself that you have, that you pay attention to, is your skills. What are those special skills that you have? You know, is it your ability to win friends? Is it your ability to make people smile? Is it your ability to sing? Is it your ability, you know, to encourage people? Those are some of the things that you can do, that you do effortlessly. You know, what are the knowledge, what are the experiences you have gathered in your place of work? You know, what are the experiences you have gathered as a woman? What are the experiences you have gathered as a man? What are the experiences you have gathered? What are the knowledge? What is your knowledge bank like as a business person? You know, somebody, for instance, who is a salary earner compared to somebody who is a business owner. You know, they live in different realms. They live in different realms. Sometimes people look at me and ask me, how do you cope? I'm like, wow, I don't know. I can't explain it. Yes, it is the grace of God, but the grace of God will always find something to rest on. What are you doing that the grace of God is perching on? You know, what are those things that you have? What is your, look deep into yourself, you know, your experience, your knowledge, the trainings that you have been exposed to in this community. One of the things I always am grateful for whenever I take a look at my journey in this business is the trainings. For instance, we just concluded the Focus conference. And for me, time I look at that conference as well, like, wow, look at what we learned here. I remember there was a time a few of us, you know, attended one training that cost about, I think, 250,000, you know, and I was like, while the training was going on, I was like asking myself, these are some of the things we learn on a regular basis in TGM, you know. And I was like, some people, myself and some members of the Green Mondays who were part of that, you know, we got scholarship, you know. And but for some people who made that full payment, I was like, really? You know, these are some of the things we learn. These are some of the things that we have been taught from our trainings, you know. Typical example was what Mr. Gbenga Sheson shared with us, you know, the power of planning, you know, power of planning, writing down those goals, even if they look unachievable, even if they look weird, put them down. You know, after the Focus conference, I got home, I just reached out here. I have some of the diaries that I have some, I think there's 2020, 2012, some I had before 7, you know, and I looked at some of the things I also wrote down, like, that I was able to achieve. And I asked myself, what if I'd, you know, continued and be more committed to this? How much more would I have been able to achieve? You know, our background, the kind of training you have as a person, your training, your academic background, your family background, your story. Your story is something peculiar. Your story is what somebody wants to listen to. Somebody will say, just share your story. The people are eager to listen to how you have been able to make it so far, how you were able to survive COVID, how you were able to survive after quitting that job, how you were able to survive this far after retirement. For some of us, we have been retired for a number of years. For me, for instance, you know, I left the salary paid, in quote, the salary paying job in 2019, you know, and up till now, I've not earned salary for 1 month, you know. but I've been doing this business. Yes, how have I been surviving? I've been paying my rent, I've been fueling my vehicle, paying my bills. I'm alive today, and I'm doing, I see, to the glory of God, I see people who do salary paying job, and they call me, please, can you quickly borrow me certain amount, can you quickly transfer this and this to me? I'll refund later. It is those are some of the things that people admire. People are looking at, how are you making it? What is that thing that you have been doing that that has been sustaining you? So these are some of the things that we have that unfortunately some of us or a lot of people take for granted. Our experiences, our background, those are unique selling points that we have that we must, pay more attention to. Those are the things that we have that we must pay attention to in our community. What are the things we have? We have wonderful and amazing products. Somebody shared with me recently the testimony of her mother-in-law who was on a BP drug, but since the time she got, exposed to reader and started using it, she had to leave her BP drug, and she has stayed with reader, just the bitters, and on a regular basis every month she gets at least 2 bottles. Before it finish, before she exhausts those 2 bottles, she has put a call through, my mother-in-law needs another 2 bottles, and bam, like that. We have amazing products. We have our community. We have wonderful people in our midst. We have Dr. Fumi. We have Dr. Erex. We have Mommy Show. We have, we have MI. We have Madam Olubu Sola. We have amazing people. We have Book Bam. We have Coach A. We are a lot of amazing people. I would say today that the close circle of people that I have, fortunately, are people that I met in this community, because we have been together for at least about 4 years now. And, if I want to reach out to people, I just take my phone. The first set of people that I see that I relate with more are people who belong to this community. And the good thing is our relationship spreads beyond what we do within this community. It's not just about reader, it's not just about TGM. There are other things that we do. There are other businesses, there are other experiences that we share together. So it's a wonderful community that we cannot afford to take for granted. We have amazing products. We have products that are not just limited to health. There is real estate. There are real estate opportunities. There are intellectual opportunities. For instance, if somebody wants to launch a book, you can't say you have members of this community and not have people. We have amazing templates that you can adapt and adopt into whatever business that you are doing. The amazing templates that you can adapt and adopt into whatever it is that you are doing. Look at the amazing testimonies, that we have from people on a regular basis. I know some of us have been, like Madam Buki will say, don't be stingy with your testimonies, but we have testimonies, wonderful testimonies, of people that this product have helped. One is the one that I just shared recently. There are a lot of other amazing and wonderful testimonies that time will not always permit us, to share. Look at the testimonies that our people from Uyo, shared at the conference. Wonderful, powerful testimonies that you would not believe, actually happen, but they are happening. These testimonies are happening on a regular basis. Like I would always say, every product of this community has been a hit back to back. There is no product that has failed. There is none that will fail. I strongly believe we have amazing resources. Apart from just of having an idea of the products that we have in this community, one of the things that it will do to you is self-development. You get to at times when I discuss with people, and I tell them certain things, they ask, are you a doctor? I say, no, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a wellness advocate, and the good thing is many of these things that I share, that I discuss, I learned in this community. We have amazing resources. Look at our compensation plan and our reward. Look at the amazing opportunity. There is real estate opportunity, there are travel deals, there are amazing opportunities. And briefly, let me just share with us the kind of the products that we have. You know, our products are good looking. They are good looking and wonderful. Let me say this before I move on. You know, some time ago, there was somebody who got my number online, you know, and the person reached out to me. We got talking, you know, and the person made a purchase. And after a while, you know, I would follow up. The person would tell me they were not seeing improvement. But to my amazement, you know, a couple of weeks ago, the person reached out to me and was asking me, this product, can they travel with it? Hope it's not contraband. And I was like, why are you eager to travel with a product that I was asking you about? That was the product, how far have you seen improvement? Like, I was okay, yes, you can travel with it. I didn't bother to ask the person any further question. But few days, no, this morning actually, I woke up and I saw the person's messages. I need this for female, I need this for me. I'm like, again. So the thing is, if people, like I said earlier, some people may be stingy with testimonies. If they are not willing to share their testimonies with you, does not mean the product is not working for them. Just wait until they exhaust the one they have with them, or until there is an urgent need for it. Then you will be amazed that the products are working. You know, we have amazing, wonderful products. You know, we have reader beaters, we have cleanser, we have fat burner, we have restore fire, we have ban. We have amazing products. Hardly does a day go by that I don't use at least 3 of these products. And one is body wash, 2 is body butter, 3, you know, our lilies, the hair cream, the balm on a regular basis. I have a friend that once the person enters my car, the next thing the person is reaching out for is the balm, you know, and on a regular basis, I'm not stingy with it. I give the balm out, like, you know, there are some places I will get to that either traffic management or law enforcement officers will see me and like, that give me, I don't, you have to buy today. Every day is not Christmas, you know. The thing is, our products are amazing. So I want to encourage us, see, don't be discouraged if for instance, your dream has not materialized yet. Yes, Rome was not built in a day, like they say, but the thing is, a step was taken every day towards the realization of every big dream that you see. The Dangote refinery that we see today was once a dream. It was once a dream, and today it is a reality. It is a reality today. What are the things that you know, that worked for you that you have stopped doing? For some of us, there are a lot of things that we have been doing, that we did in the past, that made us see amazing results, you know, and all of a sudden, for no particular reason, we just stopped. We just stopped. And if you are asked, why did you stop? You know, we can't just lay our hands on it. You know, there might be excuses, there might be reasons. Some of them might be tangible enough. Some of them might be because maybe people have, you know, people have been making jest of you that all the things that you have been doing all these days, you have really not seen anything. But the thing is, see, you are making progress. And for me, for instance, one of the things I tell myself is, I don't want a day to come where people will say, all of a sudden they were looking for reader and they reached out to me and like, do you still sell this product? Do you still have? And I will say no. Lie, it will not happen. I don't want to get to that stage where people will reach out to me and they will not and they want to get the product, and I will not be able, you know, to move the products across to them, even when I'm no longer, or if maybe engagement no longer permit me to be actively involved. See, the thing is, look, like I said earlier, take a retrospective look into your journey so far. What are the peak period you had in this business? What were the things that you did? Was it that you were giving out gifts? Was it that you had the consistent habit, you formed the consistent habit of always uploading on your WhatsApp status or on your social media platforms? Was it that you were committed to presentations that were going on a regular basis? Was it that you were meeting people and regularly discussing and sharing the business opportunities with them? What were those things that you did that worked for you in the past that you have stopped doing in your career? What were those things that you did in the past that made you that gave you speed, you know, upward progression in your business? What were those things that you did that worked for you? What are those things that you see in people that they do, that they have told you help them achieve certain results that you said you would do and you did not do? You know, ask yourself these questions. What are those things that you did that you have stopped doing? You know, one of the things that we also need to always do is, see, the habit of comparing ourselves to ourselves cannot really do much, cannot add much value to us. And instead, one of the things that I would encourage us to do is, let's do a SWOT analysis. Do a SWOT analysis. Look at your area of strength. What are those things that are peculiar to you? I shared a few earlier on, you know, and one is your personality. The other one are your experiences, you know, the knowledge you have. Add that to those your personality, to what this business has to offer. You know, look at these things. You know, under strengths here, there are things that your company does well, things that you do well. What are the things that the green community does well? You know, what are those things that we do well that we can leverage on? One of those things that we do well is packaging. In this community, our products are well packaged. They can enter into anywhere. You know, these products can enter into it. They are well packaged. I see a lot of foreign products, and I ask myself, when I compare, like, really, this thing is well packaged. What we have is well packaged. You know, qualities that separate you from your competitors. You know, I run this NIN enrollment center, an opportunity that I also got through this community. You know, and there are few people who do that business in my area. But one of the things that, you know, I've developed the capacity to do, rather than see them as competitors, I've seen them as partners in progress. And I've found a way to partner with them in such a way that, you know, there is, rather than being a disadvantage, it is more of an advantage for me. And, you know, we share ideas. They have their own customers. I have my own customers. There are times when they are stuck and they come to me to share my experience and to help them maneuver certain challenges, and I do. You know, these are some of the strengths. Look at your business. Look at yourself. Do an X-ray and look at those areas of strength that you have. For some of us, it's our presentation skills. Some people, when they present, for some of us, it's our spoken English. Our spoken English is polished. For some of us, is our ability to control, you know, to weave words together. For some of us, is our ability to speak with people. So our ability, you know, to make people open up to us. Those are areas of strength. For some of us, our knowledge, our ability with social media. Yes, what our area of weakness? How can we leverage on other people's strengths? You know, what are the things that we lack as individuals that this community has made provision for? You know, rather than see them as disadvantage, see them as opportunities to learn. You know, what are those unclear, unique selling propositions? What are those things that are not clear enough? Look around you. Who can you speak to? You know, sometimes I ask questions from people if I'm stuck about the business, if I'm stuck about the product, you know, if I need clarity, I reach out to Dr. Fumi, I reach out to MI, I reach out to the materials, the resource materials that we have, you know, in this community. They are amazing. There are a whole lot of materials. There is a material that we call A to Z of, I can't remember now, is A to Z. It tells you from A to Z of the things that you can use it for. There's another material that talks about how to combine the products, the dosage. You know, there are leaflets inside those products now that you can read, you can consume. Okay, now let's move because of our time. What are the opportunities that this business is providing for us? You know, there are a lot of this market that we are is very big. I once met a marketer who works for a pharmaceutical firm, a very big pharmaceutical firm, and we got talking. He's been doing the business, he's been in that field for about 20 years. And he was telling me that, he was saying it boldly, that, see, I should focus on this thing, that I'll be amazed if I remain committed to it, of what it can fetch me. That is today is one of the fields that you cannot afford to take for granted, because it has amazing opportunities in this community. Apart from the health and wellness field that we are, there are mother companies that are into travels, where you can get amazing travel deals. We have real estate, like was shared during the focus conference, where you can get amazing amazing commissions, for referrals. Yeah, then we need to look at these things, and see how we can harness them. Let's see how we can harness them. Also, what are the threats? Do all of this analysis. Ask yourself, what's the threat? I'm going to look at it from this angle. What are the things that you know you are supposed to be doing, that you are afraid of and you are not doing? And the thing is, some of the things we are afraid of doing, people are actually doing them and are getting results. If people are doing bad things and they are doing it wholeheartedly, why not do something that is good and do it wholeheartedly and get the best of results? It is amazing that we are so rich with, we have been bombarded with amazing resource materials, but yet if we look at it compared to the result, we really need to do more. We really need to do more. And somebody by the name J.C. Maxwell once said, the greatest gap in the world is the gap between knowing and doing. Just like the image beside here, some of us, we have eaten and drunk to stupor, such that we are so filled with knowledge, but we are not making use of what we know for our business. We are not making use of what we know to add value to our field, to what it is that we are doing. It is not as if we don't know that it is good to share. It is not as if we don't know that it is good to to post, to make use of social media, to appear for presentation. I'm also guilty. A lot of times I run away from presentations. It's not as if I don't know that it is good, but it is just this gap. It is just this gap. And one thing I want us to do this evening is to make a commitment that, yes, we are going to bridge this gap, the gap between knowing and doing. And a lot of companies, two professors once did the research, and they said that it's amazing that a lot of companies just waste money. They put in a lot of money into research, but at the end of the day, they don't do what they are supposed to do. And that is why they are not even maximizing their potentials and opportunities that is made available to them. The thing is, there is no way that you do what you know and you will not see results. There's no way that you do what you know and you will not see results. You will see results. It is, there's this saying that you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. It is the truth that you know and you remain committed to, that will bring you results. So let us bridge the gap that exists between what we know and what we do. What we do and what we know, let's put them side by side and take a retrospective look and do a SWOT analysis and do a thorough appraisal and ask ourselves, what can I do to make this thing to make this thing produce more for me? What can I do to make this thing produce more for me? Enough of being afraid of what people will say, enough of procrastination, enough of comparison. You don't have to be perfect. Start anyhow. Start anyhow. There is room for improvement. The plane that we see flying in the sky today started from the floor. It first ran up to a particular point before it took off, into the sky. So let's start. There's nothing wrong with starting from the floor. There's nothing wrong with starting from the floor. The good thing is, once you start, you can always make progress and always go higher. Anything is possible when there is appropriate application of knowledge. Once you begin to apply the knowledge that you have acquired, Somebody once said that you are called a professor because you profess the knowledge for something. You are called a professor because you profess the knowledge for something. So I'm encouraging us and admonishing us this evening. Let us make that commitment. Let us make that commitment. There is this promo that is going up right now that the person with the highest sign up can get to win amazing amazing rewards, you know. And I want to encourage us. I want to encourage us. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Somebody type in the chat box, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I want to see that. I can do it. You know, I can do, I want to be sure that somebody is hearing me. I can, somebody, yes. Olamiji, I will do it. I can do it. Madam Olupusola, Mommy Show, yes, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. We need to, on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, make that affirmative declaration. I can do it, and I will do it. I can do it, and I will do it. On a daily basis, make up your mind. See, if you make up your mind that, yes, this week, I will do nothing less than 10 cartons. It is doable. It is doable. Those, sometimes I see those guys who sell bottled water, pets, drinks, you know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and I'm amazed at how many turnover they do, how many bottles they sell on a regular basis. See, we can do it if we remain committed to it. And what I'm saying this evening is just to encourage us to say, yes, there might have been different challenges. Like I was discussing with somebody earlier today, yes, the federal government has removed subsidy, but are we going to, because of that, stay indoors? No, we are going to move. We are going to go out. We are still going to go to places of work. We are still going to do businesses. We are going to find a way to manage it. We are going to find a way to deal with it. Somebody said during the week while we were discussing about this issue, and the person said, we are going to get creative about it and find a way around it. And yes, that is it. Madam Busola, we move regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the challenges, we move. We move. And before I want to close with this, you know, amazing saying by one of the authors I've come to really like. His name is Robin Sharma. He's written a few books that I've read. One of them is Who Will Die, Who Will Cry When You Die. You know, he's an amazing author. You know, he said, knowing what to do and not doing it is the same thing as not knowing what to do. I'm going to take that again. Knowing what to do and not doing it is the same thing as not knowing what to do. Friends, partners, I'm encouraging us today, for those of us who are also our guests, see, whatever it is that you have set out to achieve, you can do it. You can do it. And if there's anything you have learned today, if there's anything that I want you to take out from here today, one of them is that word, that statement, I can do it. And see, make that commitment to bridge the gap between what you know and what you are doing. And you'll be amazed at how much you would have achieved at the end of the year. Make a commitment, make a commitment, make a commitment, and see yourself achieving your dream. Thank you very much. I don't know if we have guests in our midst. If you are a guest, please, you can signify. Is there any guest in our midst? Is there any guest in our midst? Okay. I don't know if there is any announcement, but or if there's anything that anybody is willing to share before I hand over to our amazing host, Mrs. Baum. So thank you for your time. I want to just encourage us. Yes, discouragement will come, all sorts of challenges will come, but we cannot afford to give up on our dreams. We cannot afford to give up on our why. We cannot afford to say no. We cannot afford to stop moving because subsidy has been removed. Thank you very much. I hand over at this point to our host, Madam Bayo. Mrs. Baum, over to you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Adeniran Bamishaye. We really do appreciate you. I hope you can all hear me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, house, can we appreciate him? Thank you, Mr. Ade. Thank you for that wonderful message. The reminder for us all to go back to our drawing board, to go back to why we joined this business, because it is with that we can really get very positive results in our activities in our from our business. Please, if you are if you are a guest in our midst and you probably don't know how to unmute to communicate to us, please reach out to your sponsor, the person that invited you to the meeting, and plug in, get started, and the person will mentor you on this amazing journey. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade, for the reminder for us to do our daily engagement, daily prospecting, daily presentation, and of course, closing of deals. Thank you. We really do appreciate. Are there any questions once again for Mr. Ade as we round up the program? Okay, in the absence of none, I take it that we are all good. Thank you everyone for